The second kind of online nightmare is when you're associated with a negative event, okay? Let me tell you a story about a young man named Charles. Charles was a student at a university in California, and he worked in the box office at the university, working his way through school. And he was the assistant manager of the box office. One day, the box office manager up and died. They did an audit of the box office, and they found that money was missing. So the university called the police to investigate this embezzlement, and they questioned Charles. Very important. He was questioned. He wasn't arrested. He wasn't charged with anything. He cooperated with the police. He turned over his laptop. He was cleared of any issues whatsoever. Meanwhile, some students at the student newspaper for the university were on this story like a dog on a bone, and they decided to write a big story about it, and they named Charles, that he was questioned by police. First name, last name. Again, fast forward a couple years, Charles is trying to get a job. He can't even get an interview because every time he gets Googled by an HR person, they see a story about embezzlement. Now, if you're screening employees and you have 100 resumes in front of you and you do a Google search and realize, oh, this kid was involved in an embezzlement, does he get an interview? Are you going to give that as one of the top 5 resumes you're going to ask your boss to check out? Need no introduction. Actual Facebook post, actual caption. Now you may say, why is this one on the be associated with something negative real, okay? The point is that one kid takes the picture, posts the caption, then he tags his friend. His friend has no idea until someone tells him, hey man, there's a picture of you flipping off the camera on Facebook. And then he has to go untag himself. Anybody here know how to untag yourself on Facebook? Yeah, it's a small number, right? It's not, and it's different on Facebook than it is on Instagram. It's not an easy thing, so it could be up there for a while. So sometimes you just get associated with what your dumb act, but you're not expecting somebody to take a picture and post on Facebook, and it ends up on Facebook. Sometimes right before the NFL draft, your Twitter account gets hacked, and you drop 13 places right into the lap of the Miami Dolphins. This is Laramie Tunsil, first-round draft choice of the Miami Dolphins. And he clearly likes to smoke weed.
Is that a custom design?
Mine are a different color. No, it's not. I don't know. Anyway, the point here is that it looks as though, from what the reports I've read, that this tweet cost Laramie Tunsil about $10 million. Now, but hey, he gets to block for Ryan Tannehill in a brand new stadium, right? So that's cool. But I think he'd rather have the $10 million back. When it comes to the kids and the electronics, it's an inevitability, but I say delay it as long as you can, okay? Sites like Snapchat, there's another one out there that's called Cyberdust, which has a similar mission, and it was actually, its largest investor is Mark Cuban, the billionaire, the Shark Tank guy. And I interviewed him, and he swore, they don't keep it. They don't keep the information. When it disappears, it disappears. And so I'm guessing that that's the same thing with Snapchat, although I read a bunch of stuff about this, and apparently if someone sends you a picture on Snapchat, you can do a screenshot of it. And so therefore it's there, right? You take the screenshot and you have and it's still there. But I say delay as long as possible and don't let your daughter date. Simple stuff.